Okay, a review of the statistics. Fame and Lawless are high. Offensive and Soloist, they're okay. I lost a little bit of health there in confronting our good madam, and my power, I could be more powerful, let's face it. Anyway, when things snap back into focus, you find that... Make sure everything's recording properly. Neat. You find that you're in the foyer of a sleek loft. You clap your hand over your mouth and slide against the nearest wall, hoping no one has heard you. The telelock must have activated somehow, despite the energy overload. Perhaps it was because Madame Weiss shock-whipped you with the lock, or perhaps... How stupid are you? You hear a deep voice say, interrupting your thoughts. You peek your head around the wall of the foyer and see none other than Smither sitting on a large metal throne, staring at something across the room. He wears tight black clothes, his bulging muscles covered in veins and bluish scars, the byproduct of gene-splicing ultra-steroids. His face is equally scarred, scattered with stab and gunshot wounds. The effect makes him look considerably less than human. You can't help it. The sight of Smither sends a chill up your spine. You try to ignore this as you spot the large silver staff in Smither's hands, covered in gemstones the size of baseballs. That must be it. That's the gravitas. You almost squeal. Because you've done it. You've found the damn thing. Excuse me, I was looking at the bottom. I was reading ahead. My apologies. You almost squeal because you've done it. You found the damn thing. You start to scroll through the ways you're going to spend that reward money, knowing that all you need to do now is get your hands on the gravitas. That is, until your eyes settle on the 10 armed guards flanking Smither. Next to them stand 3 menacing figures you recognize as Smither's splice generals. One of them is 10 feet tall and made of stone, that must be Boulder. Another has elongated plastic fingers ignited by flames, that's third degree. The last has sharp knives growing out of every joint in her body, that must be Fracture. You swallow hard, a knot of fear balling up in your stomach. You would probably have a hard time taking on just one of these criminals, let alone all of them combined. Suddenly, the gravitas seems like an afterthought. How are you even going to get out of here alive? With that in mind, you begin to consider your power levels. If you're going to survive this battle, you had better make sure you're properly equipped to do so. Luckily, your energy power allows you to recharge your levels. You can recharge your power, but it drains a proportionate amount of health. Likewise, you can heal yourself, but it drains your power. Your current power level is 45, and your health level is 105. You're feeling strong, but that could just be all the adrenaline coursing through you. You know that if either of your levels drops to 0, you'll die instantly. So do you think you need to recharge your power before things start to get intense here? I think so. I will recharge my power by 30. That puts us to an equal level of power and health. We'll find out whether that was the right fucking choice. I guess, I thought I could, survive without power levels being, inflated that much. I guess I can't. Gritting your teeth, I thought, okay, I guess they're both integral. Gritting your teeth, you begin to siphon health energy from your body, a process that feels a lot like pulling every hair from your skin at the same time. Thankfully, it only takes a second, and once it's done, your power level is 75, and your health level is 75. Ready to act, you tense all of your muscles, hoping you have enough power and health to survive the night. That's when you realize Smither and his mob all have their weapons locked on something across the room. A young woman. She wears a bodysuit made of black Kevlar, with one thick red stripe running up the center. Where the bodysuit ends, the red stripe continues to cover her face, showing only her deep burgundy lips, crystal blue eyes, and long dark hair. She looks statuesque, like one of those genetically enhanced victorious secret angels. Slugger, you think. Another hero has beat you to the punch. And she must be even more insane than you are, since she stands unarmed, staring down the splice circle. You went to great lengths to find my base of operations, Smither says, gesturing toward a large hole in the floor next to the Kevlar girl, a sight that causes you to lose your breath. You realize that you have no idea how far the telelock has taken you, or how to get back outside. You snap out of it as Smither continues. What are you here for? You look back to the Kevlar girl, remembering that Smither has the power to elicit a truthful response from anyone he asks a direct question. A very handy gift for a powered mob boss. That must be why they haven't killed Kevlar girl yet. Smither wants to know how and why she's here first. I'm here, she says softly, barely audible, to kill you. Suddenly, Kevlar girl produces 2 massive cannon guns and fires thick surges of laser energy into the heart of the circle. Within seconds, 4 guards in 3rd degree are crisped to ash right before your eyes. Your stomach turns as you realize it smells like a summer barbecue. A deafening roar erupts as the guards return fire. Fracture whips dozens of razor-sharp blades at Kevlar Girl, while Boulder moves to protect Smither from the fray. Smither shouts something at Boulder while waving the gravitas, but you can't make out the words over the gunshots. You quickly generate a protective energy shield, terrified of catching the brunt of a stray attack. Looking through the purplish energy barrier, your eyes snap back to Kevlar Girl as she leaps into the air and does a series of flips, her movements creating a visible trail that blocks the barrage of bullets and knives. She must be able to generate some kind of flash shield with her movements. Kevlar Girl then lands and sends off another round of cannon pulses. You look back to Smither's corner and see that the last blast took out another half of the guards and left a large, nasty burn on Boulder's back. You can hardly believe your eyes. This woman just killed close to a dozen people in a matter of seconds. An intense rush of dread overtakes you. This is a bloodbath. You didn't sign up for this. You don't want to die today. But just as soon as these thoughts appear, you force them from your brain. You've been training for this your entire life. So what are you going to do? Jump in right away and stop the killing? It doesn't matter who gets the gravitas. Saving lives is more important than anything. My only concern here is the gravitas. I make a grab for it and go, waiting for them all to kill each other off, and then take the gravitas by surprise from whoever's left standing. Stay put and wait for the police to arrive. This is way too much for me, and I know it. No, my only concern here is the gravitas. I make a grab for it, and I go. I don't want to get involved in this personal vendetta, but damn it, I'm going to take advantage. Let's do this shit. Maybe she's like Miss Artillery or whatever the hell. You're a hero, but without a reputation and some money saved, you can't really do anything. The truth is, you need the gravitas to launch your career. So without a second thought, you shoot forward in a blur, moving at top speed right towards Smither. Before he can see you coming, you crash into him and grab the gravitas right out of his hands. Keenly aware of the bullets and blasts ricocheting all around you, you canvass the room and spot a window in the far corner. You have no idea where the window will lead, you're just thankful the room has an exit at all. Before you can move, you see that the crazy Kevlar girl has dropped her cannons and holds something new in her hands. A grenade. Though this looks unlike any grenade you've ever seen before, it's intricately coiled with tech, and its core glows cool blue. You dash toward the window, but Kevlar Girl reaches it first, smashing her way outside, and leaving the grenade behind as a parting gift. You struggle to get out, but the gravitas blocks your path. Frantic, you drop it and push your way outside, just as an intense flash of blue heat erupts from the headquarters, followed by a massive explosion that sends flames and debris flying in every direction. You manage to pull up above the blast, but not high enough. You scream as you feel the force of the explosion catch you in the back and send you reeling. That hurt the health a little bit, yeah. Lost 30 points of health with that. It takes several seconds for your head to stop ringing and your vision to clear. When they do, you find yourself in the street below. The blast sent you a couple blocks down, significantly lowering your health. That grenade was some seriously advanced technology. Where on earth did Kevlar Girl get her hands on something like that? You look up at Shed and see people flooding out of the front door as the top half of the building rages with flames. Could it really be that Kevlar Girl has done the impossible? Did she just take out Smither and half of the splice circle in one attack? Through the raging fire, you manage to make out Kevlar Girl's shadow leaping onto a rooftop, holding the gravitas. She must have gone back in after the blast and shifted through the wreckage to recover it, no doubt protected by her shield movements. You don't know whether to be horrified or impressed. This girl has some serious moxie. Still, you're not about to let her escape, not after she murdered all those people, and especially not with the one thing that's going to launch your career. You fly after Kevlar Girl, but as you reach the roof, you find that she isn't fleeing. She's pointing the gravitas directly at you. Before you can react, you feel the air around you twist with a sucking noise, and feel yourself being pulled downward. You try to fight it, but you can't stop yourself from crashing into the roof. It's like someone suddenly turned your powers off, and a giant invisible hand is crushing you down. Then it clicks. The gravitas must control gravity. No wonder Smither wanted to get his hands on it. An object that powerful would be useful to anyone, let alone a mob boss with a strictly defensive power set. Feels nice, huh? You hear Kevlar Girl say from above you. But you don't have the patience for snappy banter. You know this girl won't hesitate to kill you. So what are you going to do? Oof. Health and power. Use an energy surge of this armor. Anti-gravity may affect your flight power, but it won't affect your energy power. You let off a quick surge in Kevlar Girl's direction, unable to turn your head to see if you've hit her. But as you feel the weight pushing down on you double, you realize you must have missed. Nice try, the Ineffable, she says, but you'll have to do better than that. You groan under the weight of the gravitas push, knowing Kevlar Girl's about to kill you, just like all those Splice Circle members. As your ribs start to creak under the pressure, you hear police sirens blaring from the street below. You've never been so happy to hear that sound. Suddenly you feel the weight lifted off your shoulders and you spring to your feet, just in time to see Kevlar Girl strapping a layer of plastic explosives to the gravitas. Wait, stop, what are you? You start moving forward, but Kevlar Girl just pulls away from you and holds the gravitas out in front of her body. The name is Prodigy, chicken, she says, and you'll be seeing me again. Without another word, the girl named Prodigy drops the gravitas. Horrified, you watch as the gravitas explodes at Prodigy's feet. A plume of silver smoke erupts into the sky as shards of shattered gemstones go flying in every direction. You step back, covering your eyes to protect them from the explosion. And when the smoke finally clears, you find that Prodigy has vanished. Only the gravitas remains in charred pieces, destroyed beyond repair. No. Why would she destroy the gravitas? Now it's of no use to anyone. It doesn't make any sense. Then another thought hits you. Before she left, Prodigy called you the Ineffable. She knows your code name. But how? You've only been on the hero scene for a few hours. How would she know? You hear the sound of police choppers swooping overhead. Maybe the blog post? So you don't have much time to ponder this question. What are you going to do? Fucking run! With a case this big ruined, not to mention over a dozen murders involving the Splice Circle committed, no one in the NCPD is going to care whether you're innocent or not. This whole debacle is going to make the police look terrible, and they're just going to want a scapegoat to pin it all on. And if you stay, that scapegoat will be you, considering that with Prodigy gone, you're currently the only one standing next to the destroyed gravitas in a building full of dead mobsters. You fly toward home, your mind racing with questions. What will happen to your reputation now that the gravitas is destroyed? Will the police blame everything on you? Will you become a fugitive? Then your thoughts spin completely out of control. Will Jury and Madame Vice be gunning for you after what you did to them? Even worse, will the remnants of the Splice Circle be out for revenge? And who is this mysterious Prodigy, the girl who sabotaged your first mission? Why didn't she kill you when she had the chance? You're too exhausted to even begin to contemplate the answers to these questions. You've pushed your powers to their limit and have taken more than a few hits tonight. But all you can think about right now is getting home to your bed, knowing that Grandma will help you sort it all out in the morning. Fine, I have tons of power still. So much for me rearranging power and health, right? I thought I would use more power to, like, splurge in the fight situation thing. Oh well. It isn't long before you see your bedroom window waiting for you invitingly. Thinking you might collapse before you can reach it, you give one final push to land inside. All you want to do is get in bed immediately, but you need to let Grandma know that you're all right. Your muscles aching, you move slowly toward the door. Gran, it's me, you shout. I'm all right, but I'm... Well, look who it is, you hear a familiar voice say, stopping you in your tracks. Sitting in your living room is none other than Mayor Victon. And he does not look pleased. Welp, this is, not quite well I thought it would go, but, yeah, that's fine. Had some fun. Had a giggle, mate. We'll see you all in the next chapter. How about that?